Wrestling Rampage here, back with another video.
We are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 best Intercontinental Champions of all time. Make sure that you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestleRampage2. Make sure you follow us on Twitter @WrestleRampage, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have other great video content coming to you right here on Wrestling Rampage's YouTube channel. We also want to give a big shout out to our good friend Breather35 for this idea. We want to thank you so much for helping us right here on Wrestling Rampage. Go check out his channel.
He does great work. Give a special shout out to Breather35.
And we'll start with number 10 for the top 10 best Intercontinental Champions of all time.
And number 10, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph has been, a 4-time Intercontinental Champion? Three
or four.
It's something like that. But I liked his last run as Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
I thought
he was a great Intercontinental Champion.
I thought maybe it was going to propel him to the
WWE
yeah,
title.
But because he had that great run in late 2014.
Yeah.
Where he was Intercontinental Champion, and then he was the last survivor in that Survivor Series match, and I was like, fucking awesome,
He's going to get something.
He's going to get something, and then they just
squash him back down.
They just pushed him back down. He's a great fucking wrestler.
Yes.
He could sell like a son of a bitch.
Yes. He could sell. He was a great fucking talent. I don't know why WWE does shit to him. But no, now he's working with divas now. Is this how beneath you want Dolph Ziggler? Fuck, if I had to work with somebody, I would ask for my release.
But he was number 10 as the top 10 Intercontinental Champions. Yes. Coming in at number 9,
Owen Hart.
The Rocket.
That's right. Owen Hart was a great Intercontinental Champion.
His feud with Stone Cold.
Yes.
Great.
Fucking great. The Kiss My Ass match. I'm gonna make us to kiss my ass.
What was that? SummerSlam '97?
Yes.
Yes.
It was great. Owen Hart was a good Intercontinental Champion. Fuck. I know he didn't hold it very long. Probably twice, I believe.
Yes.
But to me, he was a great Intercontinental Champion. He had the talent. He had the ability.
He had the talent to be WWE Champion.
Yeah. But Shawn Michaels, again, being pissy, moody. Because he's a Hart, I ain't dropping it.
Pretty much.
Well, Owen Hart ain't no Bret Hart, buddy. Like, Bret was more about the money.
Remember when Bret signed the contract to go to WCW? I think it was for $3 million a year, and I think he was making $1 million a year in WWE, and he wanted to go to WCW for $3 million, and I think Owen Hart said something like, "How much money do you need, Bret?"
Yeah.
Owen was completely different than Bret.
Yeah. Owen was different.
He was just the regular guy.
Yeah. Why do you need this much money for?
But Owen was a great wrestler.
Great performer.
And see, a lot of this goes with all these guys that are on this list. They are pretty much... you remember
as the Intercontinental Champion, you were a great performer.
You were the great performer. You were the workhorse of
the WWE.
Of the WWE at that time.
If you win the Intercontinental Champion, that means that you're up there with the World Champion.
Yes. I mean, I don't... my favorite wrestlers of all time...
were basically Intercontinental Champions.
Basically Intercontinental Champions.
Because they were the workhorses.
Yes.
Yeah, you had the World Champion draw in the house. But if you're going to hindsight, the best workers were the Intercontinental Champions.
For instance, and he's on this list, if you remember, Hogan was the ones drawing the house, but Macho Man
was the Intercontinental Champion.
Was the guy that was doing the WrestleMania 3 example.
Yeah.
You had the draw house of Hogan and Andre, but the match that stole the show was Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage for the Intercontinental Champion. Lead us into number 8 is Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah, a good Intercontinental Champion. He made the Ultimate Warrior's career.
Warrior was having 5-minute matches, and Rude was stretching them out to be 15, 20 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
And
Remember their epic steel cage match they had at SummerSlam, you know? That was a great fucking cage match, and the match they had at fucking WrestleMania 5, you know, that was a great match. It was because of Rick Rude making it good. Because Warrior could not perform to that level. So if it wasn't for Rick Rude showing fucking Ultimate Warrior the way, you know?
I mean, when I think about Warrior's career, the longest matches that he's had
has been with either Rick
has
Rude.
been with 3 people. It's either Rick Rude, Randy Savage, or Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's it.
The rest of his matches were 5-minute matches.
Yeah.
Or less.
Or less than that.
You know, and you know, that just gives it up to the talent of Rick Rude.
Yes.
Especially being the consummate heel professional at that time. Yeah, I remember the body pose from, I think it was Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And
he hits it with the steel bar. Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
You know, and I mean, I was going for Rude anyway.
Yeah, he should have. He's the one that won the Jesse the Body Award, right?
Of course, it wasn't Warrior that won the Jesse the Body Award. It was Rick Rude.
That's right.
But Rick Rude, great Intercontinental champion.
Yes. And coming in at number 7 as great Intercontinental champion, the bad guy, Razor Ramon. Now I'm telling you,
4-time Intercontinental champion.
4-time Intercontinental champion. That was fucking great. And Razor Ramon as Intercontinental champion was fucking great. He had great matches with Shawn Michaels. Phenomenal matches. Fucking kick-ass matches.
WrestleMania 10 was amazing.
WrestleMania 10 ladder match.
SummerSlam was amazing. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. But SummerSlam was great. They had epic ladder matches. I remember his matches.
Yeah, they had great fucking matches, you know. Razor Ramon and fucking Shawn Michaels, you know, and he had good matches with Vader. But this was when he was leaving to go to the WCW. He wasn't Intercontinental champion this time, but you know, and he helped. And he had. I know this is pretty bad. He had good matches with Dean Douglas too.
That's sad.
You know, he had good matches with everybody. The 1, 2, 3 Kid, like Razor Ramon was a fucking great Intercontinental champion. He had good matches. He had a good match with Goldust, even though he didn't want to work with him. You know.
Well, I mean, would you want to work with a guy that fills you up and has a heart tattoo of Razor on his chest? I wouldn't want to.
I'd do it just for the money. But that's you know. But Razor was a great Intercontinental champion.
I always liked Razor as Intercontinental champion.
Yeah. Coming in at number 6, Bret the Hitman Hart. Great fucking Intercontinental champion. Had good matches.
One of my favorite matches, Mr. Perfect.
Bret Hart, SummerSlam.
SummerSlam 91. I'll never forget it.
Never forget great and good matches with British Bulldog. SummerSlam 92.
Oh,
great match with fucking Roddy Piper. WrestleMania 8. When he won the Intercontinental title, you know, it was fucking great. He was a good Intercontinental champion. Did not like the mounting match, by the way. But
didn't like the Skinner match either.
No, oh god, I couldn't believe Skinner had an Intercontinental title opportunity.
Yeah, how the fuck did Skinner?
Yeah, I know we're going off topic, but I want to ask you viewers something. How in the hell can Skinner have an Intercontinental title opportunity? And I got another. How can Virgil have an Intercontinental title opportunity?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I just want to know. You know, Bret Hart was a good Intercontinental champion. He had good matches. Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels. You know.
Coming in at number 5 is Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect. Oh,
now,
man.
He was only a 1-time Intercontinental champion.
Yes, but he was great.
You gotta realize that only 1 time.
And he's one of the greatest.
And he's one of the greatest. He really is.
He had a good Intercontinental title match with Texas Tornado. I think it was in SummerSlam 90.
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah, SummerSlam 90.
And that was a great fucking match.
It was.
And Kerry Von Erich only had one foot.
Yeah, he had a motorcycle accident that...
He had a prosthetic foot, you know?
He had to have his leg amputated. Well, his foot amputated.
You know, and they had a great fucking match. And fucking... Mr. Perfect had good matches with Bret Hart. And, of course, with SummerSlam 91. He had good matches with Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam 93, even though that match ended in DQ. But it was a good match until the DQ came in.
Yeah, it was.
But he was a great Intercontinental champion.
I mean, I always and I liked when he was with Bobby Heenan. Just
I like
accentuated.
and he had good matches with Big Boss Man at WrestleMania 7. Now that was a good fucking match.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect was a great Intercontinental champion.
Yes. Coming in at number 4, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, you know, he was a good Intercontinental champion. He had good matches. I remember he had a match at In Your House against Jeff Jarrett, okay? And that was a great fucking match.
That was because if you guys remember, not my last FY, I think it was my last FYM bag. It was one of the FYM baggings. I got the best of In Your House, and I watched that match, and I was like, holy fucking shit. That match was fucking awesome. Yeah. It was an awesome match.
Shawn Michaels and Jeff Jarrett had a great fucking match. The other ladder match with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon at SummerSlam. That was a good fucking match. Not the WrestleMania 10, but the other one, SummerSlam.
Yeah, where Shawn won.
Yeah, that was a great one. And fucking, good Intercontinental title matches with fucking everybody. You know, Shawn was great Intercontinental champion.
When he won it from Bulldog.
Yeah. When he won it from the British Bulldog on Saturday night's main event. That was fucking great. You know, that was a good match.
It was. I mean, that, the
only match I didn't like of Shawn's Intercontinental title was against Tatanka.
It's just because Tatanka never win deserve it.
There you go. That's the reason.
Let's just be honest.
Was
that WrestleMania 9?
That was WrestleMania 9. Yeah.
I was always anybody.
I like Shawn.
Anybody that knows me knows that my favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels.
I like Shawn Michaels. I respect Shawn Michaels.
And as you can tell, he's on this list as the great as one of the best Intercontinental champions.
And coming in at number 3, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Number 3, the Macho Man Randy Savage was a great Intercontinental champion. He had good matches with the Honky Tonk Man. He had good matches with fucking Ricky Steamboat.
Their matches were epic.
WrestleMania, all the great matches with Ricky Steamboat. They had every good fucking match.
Boston Garden,
in house shows,
the Pontiac Silverdome. It doesn't matter.
He even had good matches with Tito Santana.
Yes.
You know, like
comparatively speaking, you're nothing but garbage, Tito.
You know, he was
lucky Tito.
Yeah, it was fucking great. Like Randy Savage had great matches as Intercontinental champion.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage, one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. Like I said earlier in this video, you've seen where these guys like Hogan and Warrior, Cena, it does not matter. At that time, they may have been the top of the card, but the ones that were putting the asses in the seats and having the better matches was the Intercontinental champions.
And fucking number 2, the Honky Tonk Man. The longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time.
Because nowadays...
He had a year reign.
Yes. Nowadays, it's hard to have years of reigns.
Yeah.
You lose your title maybe in a month, 2 months.
3 months.
Yes, and that's why people like CM Punk's WWE Championship reign. It's because it lasted over a year.
Yeah.
You know, it's very hard in this era to have, and it's a sad thing too.
Yeah.
Because the business goes by so fast because there's so many pay-per-views and you got to have a shock factor and everything. I liked it when it was more simple, when you only had the 4 pay-per-views and sometimes King of the Ring.
Yeah. I
liked it better when you only had Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and then you had King of the Ring. That's when I liked wrestling, because you can have
12 pay-per-views.
You don't need 12 pay-per-views. I mean, it might be okay. That's probably why the current product is in the slumps. But I understand that you need to generate money and more pay-per-views, and I remember WCW and all that stuff. But it's really hard to have a year reign, or over a year reign.
But Honky Tonk Man did it.
Yes.
He was a good Intercontinental champion. Good matches with Savage. Good matches with fucking everybody.
Well, not the Warrior when he lost the belt.
Not the Warrior. That was only about 24 seconds. That was his doing. He said he would do it.
Yeah, he goes, well, I'm not going to be in there long.
Yeah. Honky Tonk Man was a great Intercontinental champion. He was the longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time.
Just like when Santino brought out the Hulkameter.
Yes, I thought it was awesome.
It was funny. I am 2 weeks.
He was trying to beat the Honky Tonk Man record. I was like, well, Santino's never going to do that.
It just made it interesting to make.
And then people voted for him at Cyber Sunday. I voted for Honky Tonk Man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's right.
And my favorite, break his neck.
Break his neck. Heidi Hoofa. But
and my other favorite part was when he slipped on Goldust's wig. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
But Honky Tonk Man was a great Intercontinental champion.
And then
it's
no surprise if you guys know the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. You know who number one is.
Coming in number 1 is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is number 1 of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. He had I think it was 9 times. He's been a 9-time Intercontinental champion and had great matches as Intercontinental champion.
Even with China.
Even with the fucking Moose China. Who fucking showed up at Roddy Piper's funeral and didn't even know him. Just talk to Paul, but that's another story. Another story for another time. But, Chris Jericho, he had great matches with fucking Kurt Angle for the Intercontinental. Chris Benoit, that fucking epic ladder match they had in Royal Rumble 2001. Alright? And that triple threat match, where it was the Intercontinental title and the European title with Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, and Chris Jericho. That was a great match. And don't forget Rey Mysterio and Chris Jericho. Oh my God.
Yes.
And I think it was in 2009. They had great matches.
Chris Jericho is Intercontinental Champion, and people thought maybe he was going to win the Intercontinental Championship at
MSG.
Yeah, MSG. I kind of knew he wasn't going to, but it was cool to see
him
Owens
getting another shot.
Him going against Owens, because Owens is
that gives Owens more publicity going against a veteran, a great Intercontinental Champion, 9-time Intercontinental Champion, and Chris Jericho.
But Chris Jericho, great Intercontinental Champion, and great wrestler.
Yes. Will be, I'm saying it right here, right now on Wrestling Rampage, a future Hall of Famer, Chris Jericho.
That's right. And a lot of these guys, with the exception of Ziggler, is Hall of Fame bound.
Yeah. Already in the Hall of Fame.
Already in the Hall of Fame or Hall of Fame bound.
Yeah.
Ziggler might be there one day, but it's going to be a long time away. You got Owen Hart, Rick Rude, Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon's already in the Hall of Fame. Bret Hart's already in the Hall of Fame. Mr. Perfect's already in the Hall of Fame. Shawn Michaels.
Randy Savage.
Honky Tonk Man's been contacted, but he hasn't really been wanting to go in. And Chris Jericho, future.
Yeah.
And this just proves on how great of champions that these Intercontinental champions were.
Yes.
That just speaks to the volume of the performer, and sometimes the championship makes the performer, and sometimes the performer makes the championship. And in this case, the performer makes the championship. And with that being said, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestleRampage2. Follow us on Twitter @WrestleRampage. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got other great video content coming to you right here on Wrestling Rampage. And, Wrestling Rampage is that cream that rises to the top. That's right, the cream of the crop.
And nobody does it better.